Your job may change. Your title may change. Your supervisor may change. Your company may change. Your office may change. Your schedule may change. But your assignment from God travels with you. Write that down in your spirit. Your assignment is not controlled by the payroll department. Your purpose is not issued by human resources. Your value is not created by a business card, a contract, a desk, a uniform, or a badge. Those things are temporary. They are tools. They are locations. They are seasons. But the assignment of God on your life is permanent because it came from the King before you ever entered the workplace. This is why you must never begin your workday with fear as your first counselor. Many people wake up and before they even speak to God, they have already bowed to pressure. The deadline is waiting. The meeting is waiting. The report is waiting. The decision is waiting. The difficult person is waiting. The email is waiting. The performance review is waiting. And fear begins to preach before faith gets a chance to speak. Fear says, what if you fail? Fear says, what if they reject you? Fear says, what if you are not enough? Fear says, what if this problem is bigger than you? But listen to me carefully. The voice that governs your morning will influence the decisions you make all day. So before you go to work, you must answer a question. Not what time is the meeting. Not what is on the calendar. Not who is upset. Not what is due today. The first question is this: who sent me? Say that. Who sent me? Because if you believe your company sent you, then your company can control your peace. If you believe your boss sent you, then your boss can control your identity. If you believe your paycheck sent you, then money can control your integrity. But if you understand that God sent you, then you enter that place under a different government. Work is not merely employment. Work is a field. It is a place of stewardship. It is a place of service. It is a place of influence. It is a place where invisible purpose becomes visible through responsibility. You are not just going there to get something. You are going there to produce something. You are not just going there to survive the day. You are going there to represent another kingdom in the middle of systems, conversations, decisions, and problems. This is why your attitude matters. Your words matter. Your excellence matters. Your honesty matters. Your preparation matters. Your patience matters. Because an ambassador does not represent himself. An ambassador represents the government that sent him. You may be seated in a cubicle, but you are carrying a kingdom. You may be working behind a counter, but you are carrying a kingdom. You may be managing a team, driving a route, writing code, teaching children, serving clients, building reports, answering phones, or making executive decisions. But you are carrying a kingdom. So how should a kingdom citizen enter the workplace? Before opening email, before answering messages, before making decisions, you enter governed. You enter aware. You enter submitted. You enter saying, Lord, my hands belong to you today. My mind belongs to you today. My mouth belongs to you today. My motives belong to you today. Let me not be managed by pressure when I have been sent by purpose. And before we go deeper into this teaching, pause for a moment. If this is helping you begin your day under God's authority, subscribe so you can keep feeding your spirit with truth before the world feeds you with anxiety. And write this in the comments as a declaration over your workday. God governs my decisions today. Say it again, not as a slogan, but as a government statement. God governs my decisions today. Because before you go to work as an employee, you must remember who sent you as an ambassador. Now, this is where many people miss it. They think the first decision of the workday is, what do I answer first? What meeting do I prepare for first? What problem do I solve first? What task do I attack first? No. That is not the first decision. The first decision of the day is who has authority over you before you start deciding anything. Write that down in your heart. Authority comes before activity. If the wrong thing governs you, even the right activity can become corrupted. You can answer the email, but answer it with irritation. You can attend the meeting, but attend it with pride. You can solve the problem, but solve it with resentment. You can produce results, but produce them while your spirit is being poisoned. So the issue is not only what you do, The issue is who is governing the person doing it. Something will govern your mind today. Something will govern your motives today. Something will govern your speech today. Something will govern your choices today. If anxiety governs you, fear becomes your counselor. If ego governs you, pride becomes your strategy. If pressure governs you, reaction becomes your leadership. But if God governs you, purpose becomes your foundation. Are you hearing this? Anxiety governs by fear. Ego governs by pride. Pressure governs by reaction. But God governs by purpose. This is why prayer before work is not religious decoration. It is not something you add to the morning to make yourself feel spiritual. Prayer is a transfer of authority. Prayer is when you say, I refuse to let panic sit on the throne of my heart. I refuse to let insecurity manage my decisions. I refuse to let people's opinions become my law. I refuse to let yesterday's failure govern today's assignment. Lord, you govern me. Your wisdom governs me. Your spirit governs me. Your word governs me. Your purpose governs me. Say this out loud. My day is not governed by pressure. My day is governed by purpose. Say it again. My day is not governed by pressure. My day is governed by purpose. That is not a motivational statement. That is a governmental statement. You are announcing which kingdom has jurisdiction over your inner life. Before the meeting, establish government. Before the phone call, establish government. Before the hard conversation, establish government. Before you open the report, before you walk into the office, before you respond to criticism, before you correct someone, before you make the decision, establish government. Because if you wait until the pressure arrives to decide who rules you, pressure will volunteer for the throne. A governed person is different. They are not easily manipulated. You cannot push them into foolishness with urgency. You cannot flatter them into pride. You cannot threaten them into compromise. You cannot offend them into losing their character. Why? Because their soul has already bowed to a higher authority. They are steady because they are submitted. They are principled because they are governed. They are wise because they are listening beyond the noise in the room. This is the secret of kingdom decision making. You do not go to work empty and ask the environment to define you. You go to work already under command. You go already settled. You go already aligned. And when God governs your heart in the morning, God can govern your decisions during the day. Now, once God governs your decisions, you must understand why He sent you to work in the first place. Because if your theology of work is wrong, your attitude at work will be wrong. If you believe work is a curse, you will treat every assignment like a prison. If you believe work is punishment, you will spend your life trying to escape the very platform God intended to use to reveal your purpose. Listen carefully. Work was created before sin entered the world. Write that down. Work was not born in the fall. Frustration came through the fall. Sweat without fulfillment came through the fall. Thorns and resistance came through the fall. But work itself came from God's original purpose. Before there was sin, there was assignment. Before there was rebellion, there was responsibility. Before there was curse, there was cultivation. In Genesis, God made man and said, let them have dominion. Then He placed man in the garden to dress it, to keep it, to cultivate it, to manage it. That means the first environment God gave man was not a vacation resort, it was a management assignment. Are you getting this? Paradise still had responsibility. Eden still required stewardship. Perfection still needed management. So do not tell me work is beneath you. Work is one of the first ways God allowed human beings to express His image in the earth. God is a worker. The first revelation of God in Scripture is not God singing, not God preaching, not God sitting in a temple. The first revelation of God is God creating. God is producing. God is arranging. God is bringing order. God is taking chaos and giving it structure. God is taking darkness and releasing light. God is taking emptiness and filling it with purpose. Then He turns to mankind and says, now you do the same under my authority. This is why your workplace matters. It may not always feel holy, but your assignment there can be holy. Every office, every classroom, every boardroom, every kitchen, every warehouse, every studio, every clinic, every job site can become a place where the nature of God is represented through a governed life. When you bring order where there is confusion, you are reflecting God. When you solve a problem with wisdom, you are reflecting God. When you manage resources with integrity, you are reflecting God. When you cultivate potential in people, in systems, in ideas, in opportunities, you are reflecting God. Dominion does not mean domination. Please understand this. Dominion is not controlling people. Dominion is not using authority to crush others. Dominion is not manipulation with a title. Dominion is responsible management. Say that. Responsible management. It is the management of your gift. It is the management of your time. It is the management of your mouth. It is the management of your opportunities. It is the management of your emotions. It is the management of decisions under divine government. Some people want dominion over nations, but they cannot manage their attitude in a meeting. Some people want promotion, but they cannot manage 5 minutes of correction. Some people want influence, but they cannot manage the resources already in their hands. No. The kingdom begins with stewardship. If you cannot govern what God gave you now, why should He trust you with more? God never gave Adam ownership of Eden. He gave him management. This is important. The earth is the Lord's, but He allows mankind to manage what belongs to Him. That means your job is not just a place to get paid. It is a place where God watches how you manage what is not ultimately yours. The desk is not yours. The team is not yours. The client is not yours. The opportunity is not yours. Even the gift inside you came from God. You are a steward. So stop entering work like a victim of Monday morning. Stop speaking about your assignment like it is an interruption to your life. Your workplace may have pressure, but pressure does not cancel purpose. Your workplace may have difficult people, but difficult people do not cancel representation. Your workplace may have problems, but every problem is an invitation for someone with a gift to become useful. The world does not reward complaints. The world responds to value. And kingdom citizens are not sent into environments merely to endure them. They are sent to cultivate them. They are sent to produce fruit. They are sent to make decisions that bring order, wisdom, excellence, justice, service, and truth into the place where God has planted them. Say this out loud. I was not created merely to survive work. I was created to govern my assignment with wisdom. Say it again. I was not created merely to survive work. I was created to govern my assignment with wisdom. That is your foundation. Work is not a punishment to escape. Work is a platform where purpose becomes visible. And when you understand that, you stop asking only, how do I get through this day? You begin asking, what has God placed in me that this environment needs today? Now this is where we must correct another spirit, because you cannot enter a producer assignment with a consumer mind. Many people go to work asking only, what can I get from this place? Can I get a salary? Can I get recognition? Can I get approval? Can I get promotion? Can I get security? And there is nothing wrong with receiving wages for your labor. But if receiving is your only mindset, you have reduced your assignment to appetite. A consumer asks, what can this environment give me? A producer asks, what has God placed in me that this environment needs? Write that down. Consumers look for benefit. Producers create benefit. Consumers wait to be noticed. Producers become necessary. Consumers complain when there is a problem. Producers understand that every problem is an invitation for fruit. God's first command to man was not be employed. It was be fruitful, then multiply, then replenish, then subdue, then have dominion. That is not just a verse for church. That is a government pattern for life, work, business, responsibility, and leadership. Be fruitful means produce. Multiply means reproduce what is working. Replenish means distribute and fill the environment with value. Subdue means bring disorder under management. Dominion means responsible rulership over the area God has assigned to you. So before you ask God to promote you, ask Him to make you fruitful. Fruitfulness is productivity. It is bringing value out of what God placed inside you. Your gift is a seed. Your idea is a seed. Your discipline is a seed. Your wisdom is a seed. Your creativity is a seed. Your ability to solve problems is a seed. Your integrity is a seed. But the world does not benefit from seeds you never cultivate. Your workplace cannot eat your potential. It needs fruit. Fruit may look like clarity in a meeting where everybody else is confused. Fruit may look like excellence in a report no one had to correct 3 times. Fruit may look like patience with a client who is difficult. Fruit may look like courage to make the right decision when everyone else is hiding behind convenience. Fruit may look like a solution no one else saw because they were busy complaining about the problem. Do not pray only, Lord, bless my job. Pray, Lord, make me fruitful in my assignment. Blessing without fruitfulness can make you comfortable but not useful. And God did not send you merely to be comfortable. He sent you to produce value, represent His government, and leave evidence that His Spirit can govern a person in the marketplace. Say this out loud. I am not just a consumer of opportunity. I am a producer of value. Say it again. I am not just a consumer of opportunity. I am a producer of value. That is the identity shift. You are not going to work empty. You are carrying seeds. Now, cultivate them. Develop them. Discipline them. Refine them. Turn them into fruit people can use. Because kingdom citizens do not merely take from opportunities. They transform opportunities. They do not merely occupy positions. They steward assignments. They do not merely wait for someone to open a door. They produce so much value that the door begins to recognize why they were sent. Now we must bring this out of theology and into Tuesday morning, because it is easy to say God governs me until the meeting starts. It is easy to declare I am a producer of value until the email arrives. It is easy to speak kingdom language until somebody corrects you, delays you, ignores you, challenges you, misunderstands you, or takes credit for what you did. That is when government is tested. So before you enter the meeting, pray. Before you answer the email, pray. Before you negotiate the contract, pray. Before you correct the employee, pray. Before you respond to conflict, pray. Not because you are weak, but because you are under authority. Prayer is not an escape from responsibility. Prayer is how you bring responsibility under the government of God. Many people pray only for outcomes. Lord, make the meeting successful. Lord, give me the promotion. Lord, let them like my proposal. Lord, let this deal close. But a governed worker prays deeper than that. A governed worker does not only ask God for success. A governed worker asks God to rule the inner life that produces the decisions. Because if your mouth is not governed, success can make you arrogant. If your motives are not governed, promotion can make you dangerous. If your spirit is not governed, pressure can make you foolish. Write this down. Your words are instruments of government. Words can build or destroy. Words can clarify or confuse. Words can heal or wound. Words can inspire or manipulate. So you must pray over your mouth. Lord, let my words be truthful, but do not let truth become cruelty. Let my words be respectful, but do not let respect become fear. Let my words be courageous, but do not let courage become pride. Let my words be timely, because even the right word at the wrong time can become damage. Do not bring gossip into your assignment and call it discernment. Do not bring sarcasm into your assignment and call it honesty. Do not bring manipulation into your assignment and call it strategy. No, kingdom speech is governed speech. If you cannot say it with truth, respect, courage, and purpose, then bring it back under government before you release it. Say this out loud. Lord, govern my mouth. Say it again. Lord, govern my mouth. Because your mouth can open doors your gift cannot keep open. And your mouth can close doors your gift was assigned to enter. Then pray over your motives. This is important. Motive is the hidden government behind visible action. Two people can do the same thing and be governed by different kingdoms. One person serves because they love the assignment. Another serves because they want control. One person pursues excellence because they honor God. Another pursues excellence because insecurity is driving them to prove they are valuable. One person leads to inspire. Another leads to dominate. You must ask God for ambition without pride. excellence without insecurity, leadership without control, service without resentment. Say that. Ambition without pride, excellence without insecurity, leadership without control, service without resentment. That is kingdom maturity. God is not against ambition when ambition is submitted to purpose. God is against pride pretending to be vision. God is not against excellence. Excellence is one of the ways you reveal the nature of your king. But excellence becomes bondage when you need applause to feel important. God is not against leadership. But leadership is influenced through inspiration, not manipulation. If you must use fear to move people, you are not leading them. If you must use flattery to control people, you are not leading them. If you must use deception to win, you have already lost government inside yourself. A kingdom citizen does not use people to build a name. A kingdom citizen serves people to represent the king. This is why you must pray before negotiations, pray before performance reviews, pray before difficult conversations, pray before decisions involving money, opportunity, authority, and recognition, because those moments reveal what is governing you. Then pray for discernment. Discernment is not suspicion. Discernment is governed perception. It is knowing when to speak and when to listen. It is knowing when to wait and when to challenge. It is knowing when to explain and when silence is wisdom. It is knowing when to stay at the table and when to walk away without bitterness. Some people speak because they are wise. Other people speak because they are anxious. Some people challenge because truth requires it. Other people challenge because ego is offended. Some people wait because God is giving timing. Other people wait because fear has paralyzed them. So you must pray, Lord, govern my discernment. Do not let fear call itself patience. Do not let pride call itself courage. Do not let avoidance call itself peace. Do not let control call itself leadership. Are you hearing this? The workplace is full of pressure points. Meetings, decisions, emails, delays, corrections, conflict. But each pressure point is also a prayer point. The meeting is a prayer point. The email is a prayer point. The delay is a prayer point. The difficult person is a prayer point. The negotiation is a prayer point. The correction is a prayer point. Not because you are trying to make everything religious, but because you are placing everything under government. Pray this before you begin. Father, govern my mouth before I speak. Govern my motives before I act. And govern my spirit before I respond. Say it again slowly. Father, govern my mouth before I speak. Govern my motives before I act. And govern my spirit before I respond. That prayer can save your job. That prayer can save your testimony. That prayer can save your relationships. That prayer can save your leadership from becoming manipulation. Because the issue is not only what you achieve today. The issue is who you become while achieving it. So do not ask God only to make you successful today. Ask Him to make you governed. Ask Him to make you useful. Ask Him to make you fruitful. Ask Him to make you clean in your motives, wise in your words, steady in your spirit, and faithful in your representation. Because when God governs your meetings, your mouth, and your motives, your work stops being mere activity and becomes evidence that the kingdom has entered the room. Now, after you have prayed, the test will come. Do not think prayer removes every pressure. Prayer establishes government before pressure arrives. The workplace will test what you prayed in the morning. Pressure will test it. Disappointment will test it. Criticism will test it. Unfairness will test it. Delay will test it. Competing demands will test it. The thing you declared before God in quiet will be examined in the noise. Write this down. Pressure does not create your character. Pressure exposes the government you are living under. Pressure is a revealer. It reveals where the fear has been managing you or purpose has been leading you. When everything is calm, everybody can look mature. When everybody agrees with you, everybody can sound spiritual. When the deadline is comfortable, the client is pleased, the supervisor is kind, and the numbers are strong, it is easy to say, God governs me. But when the supervisor is harsh, when the deadline moves, when the client complains, when the numbers are down, when someone misunderstands your intention, when someone takes credit for your work, when the system is unfair, Then you discover who has authority in your soul. A reactive person answers pressure with panic. A purpose-led person answers pressure with principles. Say that. Panic or principles. Those are two different governments. Panic says, protect yourself at any cost. Principles say, represent the king even under cost. Panic says, respond quickly so you can feel in control. Principles say, respond wisely so you remain under control. Panic says, compromise now and explain later. Principles say, integrity is not negotiable because my life is under a higher law. Are you hearing this? The problem is not that pressure came. Pressure comes to every assignment that is real. Every true vision will be tested. Every true conviction will be challenged. Every real purpose will meet resistance. If it came from God, it will be proven in time, in delay, in criticism, in contradiction, and in seasons where your feelings do not agree with your assignment. Pressure proves whether conviction is real. If you only believe it when it is easy, it is not conviction yet. It is preference. Conviction is what remains when comfort leaves. This is why you cannot surrender government to emotion. Emotions are real, but emotions are not kings. You may feel anger, but anger must not govern your mouth. You may feel fear, but fear must not govern your decision. You may feel disappointment, but disappointment must not govern your attitude. You may feel tired, but tiredness must not govern your integrity. A kingdom citizen feels pressure, but does not bow to pressure. A kingdom citizen acknowledges emotion, but does not enthrone emotion. When the supervisor is harsh, do not let offense become your governor. When the deadline moves, do not let frustration become your governor. When the client complains, do not let defensiveness become your governor. When the numbers are down, do not let fear become your governor. When competing demands pull on you from every direction, do not let confusion become your governor. Stop, breathe, submit, and ask, Lord, what principle governs this moment? What does wisdom require? What does integrity require? What does service require? What does purpose require? This is where leadership is formed. Leadership is not first a title. Leadership is the result of an inner government that produces steady influence. Purpose produces conviction. Conviction produces vision. Vision produces passion. Passion inspires others. Inspiration becomes leadership. You have to start from the bottom. If you do not know your purpose, pressure will define you. If you have no conviction, criticism will move you. If you have no vision, delay will discourage you. If you have no passion, difficulty will empty you. But when purpose is clear, conviction becomes strong, vision remains alive, passion keeps burning, and your steadiness begins to inspire people around you. Somebody in your workplace needs to see what a governed person looks like under pressure. Not loud, not panicked, not manipulative, not bitter, not childish, governed. They need to see excellence without anxiety, courage without pride, correction without cruelty, urgency without fear, and patience without laziness. That is representation. So do not waste pressure. Pressure is not only an attack against your comfort, it may be training for your maturity. The meeting that irritates you may be training your patience. The correction that embarrasses you may be training your humility. The unfair delay may be training your trust. The difficult client may be training your service. The heavy responsibility may be training your capacity. God can use pressure to reveal where you are still being managed by fear so He can bring that area under His government. Say this out loud. I will not let pressure become my governor. I will let purpose become my leader. Say it again. I will not let pressure become my governor. I will let purpose become my leader. That is the sound of maturity. That is the sound of a citizen who understands that the workplace is not only a place of production, but also a place of formation. You are not just getting work done. You are being shaped while you work. And if God can govern you under pressure, then He can trust you with influence, because the person who remains governed in private pressure can represent the kingdom in public responsibility. Now let me take you one step further. Pressure is not only forming you, the problem may be informing you. The thing that frustrates you may also be revealing you. The weakness you keep seeing in the system, the confusion you keep noticing in the team, the delay that keeps troubling your spirit, the conflict that keeps rising in the room, may not only be something to complain about, it may be the very place where your gift is supposed to become fruit. Write this down. Problems are invitations for gifts to become visible. Confusion needs clarity. Disorder needs management. Conflict needs wisdom. Delay needs process. Discouragement needs leadership. So when you walk into your workplace and all you see is what is wrong, do not stop at irritation. Ask, Lord, why does this bother me? Why do I keep seeing this? Why do I keep imagining a better way? Why does my mind keep producing solutions in this area? Because sometimes your assignment is hidden inside what you cannot ignore. Everybody else may walk past the problem, but you keep stopping. Everybody else may tolerate the disorder, but something in you wants to bring structure. Everybody else may accept the confusion, but something in you wants to bring understanding. That is not always criticism. Sometimes that is vision trying to speak. Sight sees the difficult co-worker. Vision sees an opportunity to practice wisdom. Sight sees the weak system. Vision sees a process waiting to be built. Sight sees the broken communication. Vision sees clarity waiting to be produced. Sight sees the stressful meeting. Vision sees government entering the room through a submitted person. The greatest enemy of your vision is your eyes, because your eyes can show you what is present but not what is possible. Do not let sight make you cynical. Sight says, this place is messy. Vision says, I was sent to bring order. Sight says, these people are difficult. Vision says, I was sent to represent patience and truth. Sight says, this process is broken. Vision says, maybe my gift can produce a better way. Sight complains about what exists. Vision begins to create what is needed. Are you hearing this? Every problem is a demand for value. If nobody is clear, produce clarity. If nobody is organized, produce order. If nobody is encouraging the team, produce courage. If nobody is solving the recurring issue, study it, pray over it, understand it, and produce fruit. The world does not eat your frustration. The workplace does not need your complaint as much as it needs your contribution. Produce something. Ask yourself today, what do people come to me for? Do they come to me for calm? Then produce calm under pressure. Do they come to me for explanation? Then produce clarity. Do they come to me when systems are broken? Then produce structure. Do they come to me when people are discouraged? Then produce leadership. Do they come to me when there is conflict? Then produce wisdom. Your contribution is often revealed by the problem you solve with unusual grace. Stop despising the place where your gift is being summoned. The problem you keep noticing may be pointing to the fruit God expects you to produce. Your seed is not for decoration. Your gift is not for private admiration. Your wisdom is not for hiding. Be fruitful. Multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. That means produce value, reproduce what works, fill the environment with usefulness, bring disorder under management, and represent God faithfully in your domain. So do not go to work today merely looking for what is wrong. Go looking for what your gift can serve. Do not say, I am tired of this problem, and then fold your arms. Say, Father, show me the fruit hidden in this problem. Show me the wisdom required here. Show me the process that needs to be built. Show me the conversation that needs to happen. Show me the value you expect me to produce. If you believe that, write this declaration. Today, I will produce kingdom value where God has assigned me. Say it out loud. Today, I will produce kingdom value where God has assigned me. Say it again. Today, I will produce kingdom value where God has assigned me. That is how a citizen thinks. Not as a victim of problems, but as a steward of solutions. Not as a complainer under pressure, but as a producer under government. When God opens your eyes to a problem, He may also be calling the seed in you to become fruit. Now we must correct something else. Because many people are producing fruit, but they are still secretly governed by being noticed. They want promotion, they want income, they want influence. They want open doors. And let me tell you something clearly. Promotion is not evil. Income is not evil. Influence is not evil. Open doors are not evil. God is not offended by increase when increase is submitted to purpose. But promotion is not the highest goal of a kingdom citizen. Faithful representation is the goal. An ambassador does not go into another country trying to become famous. An ambassador goes to represent the government that sent him. Write that down. You are not first an employee trying to be noticed. You are an ambassador sent to be accurate. Accurate in integrity. Accurate in excellence. Accurate in patience. Accurate in courage. Accurate in humility. Accurate in justice. Your workplace should be able to look at your decisions and see evidence of another government. This is why you cannot sell your character for opportunity. You cannot sell your integrity for approval. You cannot sell your peace for pressure. You cannot sell your mouth for gossip. You cannot sell your time for laziness. You cannot sell your gift for applause. If your character has a price, then pressure will eventually buy it. But when your life is under the government of God, your character is not for sale. Many people want authority before they have demonstrated stewardship. They want a bigger title, but they have not governed their tongue. They want a bigger office, but they have not governed their attitude. They want more money, but they have not governed small resources. They want people to follow them, but they have not learned to honor people they do not need. They want influence, but they are careless with time, careless with assignments, careless with words, careless with trust. No, in the kingdom, authority is connected to stewardship. Faithfulness begins in ordinary things. Arrive prepared. Do excellent work. Keep your word. Refuse corruption. Honor people. Manage resources wisely. Solve problems without always needing applause. Do the assignment with dignity even when nobody is clapping. Excellence is not performance for people. Excellence is representation before God. Integrity is not what you do when the supervisor is watching. Integrity is what you do because the king is present. Are you hearing this? Some of the greatest tests in your workplace are not dramatic. They are small. Will you exaggerate the report? Will you hide the mistake? Will you waste the time? Will you speak dishonorably about the person who is not in the room? Will you take what does not belong to you? Will you cut corners because everyone else is doing it? Will you serve with resentment because the assignment feels beneath you? These are not small issues. These are government issues. God can trust a person with greater influence when their character does not change under pressure. When money cannot buy you, when applause cannot intoxicate you, when criticism cannot destroy you, when delay cannot corrupt you, when authority cannot make you arrogant, then you are becoming trustworthy. Promotion without government is dangerous. Influence without character is dangerous. A gift without submission can open a door that your character cannot manage. So do not pray only, Lord, promote me. Pray, Lord, make me trustworthy. Say that. Make me trustworthy. Make me faithful with words, faithful with time, faithful with people, faithful with resources, faithful with small assignments, faithful when I am seen, and faithful when I am hidden. Because God does not merely measure what you can do. He measures what can be trusted through you. Here is the question I want you to carry into your work today. If your workplace judged the nature of your God by your decisions today, what would they believe about Him? Would they believe He's truthful? Would they believe He is just? Would they believe He is patient? Would they believe He is excellent? Would they believe He honors people? Would they believe He keeps His word? Or would they be confused because your language says kingdom, but your decisions say fear, pride, compromise, and self-preservation? That question will purify you. Because the highest calling at work is not to be noticed by people, but to represent God faithfully before people. If they notice you, good. If they promote you, good. If they increase your income, good. If they open doors, good. But do not let the reward become the ruler. Seek first the kingdom. Seek first the government of God. Seek first accurate representation. The other things are additions. They are not the foundation. Say this out loud. I am not working to be noticed. I am working to represent the King. Say it again. I am not working to be noticed. I am working to represent the King. One more time. I am not working to be noticed. I am working to represent the King. That is ambassadorship. That is maturity. That is kingdom responsibility. You may sit at a desk, but you carry a government. You may wear a uniform, but you carry a name. You may answer emails, attend meetings, manage accounts, serve customers, build systems, teach students, lead teams, or clean rooms, but your assignment is greater than the task. Represent the King accurately. Be faithful in the small place. Be clean under pressure. Be excellent without arrogance. Be courageous without cruelty. Be humble without fear. And when promotion comes, let it find a person already governed. Now, before you step into that place, before you open the laptop, before you drive into the parking lot, before you answer the first message, before you allow the demands of the day to speak louder than the voice of the King, I want you to pray. Not a nervous prayer, not a religious habit, a governing prayer. Because prayer before work is the moment you place every decision under the government of God. Say this slowly. Father, I submit this day, this mind, this body, this schedule, and this assignment to your government. Say it again until your spirit hears it. Father, I submit this day, this mind, this body, this schedule, and this assignment to your government. I do not belong to pressure. I do not belong to fear. I do not belong to people's opinions. I do not belong to the mood of the room. I belong to you. And because I belong to you, this day must come under your authority. Father, govern my decisions today. Give me wisdom where the matter is complex. Give me discernment where the situation is unclear. Give me patience where the process is slow. Give me courage where truth must be spoken. Give me restraint where my emotions want to answer quickly. Give me creativity where all methods are not producing new fruit. Give me obedience when your instruction challenges my convenience. Do not let me choose from fear. Do not let me choose from pride. Do not let me choose from resentment. Let every choice reveal that I am under another government. Lord, govern my meetings. Before I enter the room, enter my heart. Before I speak to people, speak to me. Govern my tone. Govern my timing. Govern my listening. Govern my honesty. Govern my influence. Let me hear more than words. Let me discern motives without becoming suspicious. Let me speak truth without becoming harsh. Let me bring clarity without humiliating others. Let me bring courage without arrogance. Let me bring peace without avoiding responsibility. Let my presence make the room more governed, not more confused. Father, govern my mouth today. Put a guard over careless words. Deliver me from gossip dressed as concern. Deliver me from sarcasm dressed as intelligence. Deliver me from flattery dressed as kindness. Deliver me from silence when righteousness requires speech. Let my words build, correct, clarify, encourage, and align. Let my yes be clean. Let my no be clean. Let my questions be wise. Let my instructions be clear. Let my correction be redemptive. Let my communication carry the nature of the King. Now, pray over pressure. Father, when pressure comes today, do not let fear rule my heart. Do not let pride rule my heart. Do not let anger rule my heart. Do not let insecurity rule my heart. Do not let comparison rule my heart. Do not let manipulation rule my heart. When I am corrected, keep me teachable. When I am delayed, keep me steady. When I am misunderstood, keep me clean. When I am challenged, keep me wise. When I am overlooked, keep me faithful. When I am trusted with authority, keep me humble. I will not bow to pressure. I will bow to purpose. Lord, make me fruitful today. Let the seeds you placed in me become productive. Let ideas become solutions. Let insight become service. Let skill become value. Let discipline become excellence. Let experience become wisdom. Let the problem I notice become the place where I produce fruit. I do not want to carry seeds that never feed anybody. I do not want to carry gifts that never serve anybody. Make me a source of value. Make me useful. Make me productive. Make me a solution in the place where you assigned me. Say this. I am necessary. Say it again. I am necessary. I am God's response to a need He already saw. My gift is not accidental. My placement is not meaningless. My work is not merely labor. My work is stewardship. Today I will be fruitful. I will multiply what is good. I will replenish what is empty. I will subdue disorder. I will exercise dominion under God's authority. Father, let my representation be accurate. Let my work ethic reflect your faithfulness. Let my attitude reflect your patience. Let my leadership reflect your righteousness. Let my service reflect your love. Let my excellence reflect your nature. Let my integrity reflect your truth. When people experience my decisions today, let them encounter evidence of the kingdom. Not religion without character. Not language without discipline. Not ambition without submission. Let them see a person governed by God. I consecrate my desk. I consecrate my tools. I consecrate my calendar. I consecrate my meetings. I consecrate my conversations. I consecrate my assignments. I consecrate my influence. I consecrate my ambition. I consecrate my gift. Everything I touch today must come under the government of the King. And now say this with authority. I enter this workplace under God's authority with God's wisdom for God's purpose. Again, I enter this workplace under God's authority with God's wisdom for God's purpose. One more time. Until fear knows it has lost its seat. I enter this workplace under God's authority with God's wisdom for God's purpose. Now go. Do not leave this prayer on the floor. Carry it into the building. Carry it into the meeting. Carry it into the email. Carry it into the decision. Your job may be temporary, but your assignment is permanent. Your title may change. Your supervisor may change. Your company may change. Your schedule may change. But the government you represent does not change. You are not merely going to work. You are being sent. Remember what we have said. Work is not a curse to escape. Work is stewardship to manage. Pressure is not your master. Pressure is a test. Problems are not only frustrations. Problems are invitations for your gift to become fruit. Promotion is not the goal. Faithful representation is the goal. Decisions are not to be governed by fear, anger, pride, comparison, or survival. Decisions must be governed by God. So today, before every major decision, pause. Before you answer too quickly, pause. Before you agree to something that violates your peace, pause. Before you send a message, pause. Before you confront the person, pause. Before you hide the mistake, pause. Before you complain about the problem, pause and ask this question. What would government by God look like right here? Say it. What would government by God look like right here? That question will save you from foolishness. That question will interrupt fear. That question will humble pride. That question will purify ambition. That question will bring the kingdom into ordinary moments. Because sometimes government by God looks like speaking. Sometimes it looks like silence. Sometimes it looks like correcting. Sometimes it looks like listening. Sometimes it looks like saying yes. Sometimes it looks like saying no. Sometimes it looks like doing excellent work when nobody notices. Do not wait for a pulpit to represent God. Do not wait for a platform. Do not wait for a microphone. Do not wait for a title. Do not wait for promotion. If you cannot represent the King at the desk, you will not represent Him accurately on the stage. If you cannot represent Him in the small assignment, you will be dangerous in the large one. Kingdom citizens carry identity into ordinary tasks. They answer phones with government. They write reports with government. They serve customers with government. They manage people with government. They solve problems with government. Become an agent of change where you are. Not by noise, but by wisdom. Not by manipulation, but by inspiration. Not by religious language without character, but by excellence, service, discipline, truth, and principled leadership. Let your workplace feel the effect of a governed life. Let disorder meet your stewardship. Let confusion meet your clarity. Let pressure meet your steadiness. Let people experience the nature of the King through the decisions you make today. If this teaching is helping you build a kingdom mind for your workday, subscribe and keep joining us for daily kingdom-centered prayer and teaching. And I want you to write the truth you are choosing to live today. God governs my decisions today. Put it where your own eyes can see it. Say it where your own spirit can hear it. God governs my decisions today. Now go into your workplace, govern, fruitful, steady, and submitted. Go as a citizen of the kingdom. Go with wisdom in your mind, excellence in your hands, integrity in your heart, and purpose in your steps. Your assignment is larger than your title, and when God governs your decisions, your workplace becomes a place of kingdom representation.